In craft, you can see Toni is waiting in the wings. Give it a wave, Toni. There we go. We're going to speak to Toni live in just a second to go through everything on the show. I don't know if you're going to watch her the whole time, Toni. Keep smiling. Absolutely fine. This is your brand new one-day special. I've got 2 quick item numbers for you. Let's have a look down here. She's been very good, waiting very patiently here, of course, I know. Nevertheless, have a look at what you're getting home. Brand new tonight for the one-day special. The latest, the brand new Create a Card Kit. Toni is going to talk you through everything you are getting home. The last instalment of this the other month sold out before the end of the one-day special. This is the brand new one. 150 pieces, making the most beautiful, elegant cards, of which, of course, you can add your extra bits and bobs to it if you want to, but you don't need to. You don't even need to add glue to be creating these, and all of the envelopes are included as well. $31.49. I remember the emails in the last one. A lot of people were buying 2, one for you, one for somebody else. It's a great giftable to a new crafter, but you're going to make the most divine cards with the toppers, the card blanks, the rub-ons, the stamps, the ink pads, the extra embellishments and ephemera. Divine. It is the Magnolia collection, saving £8.50. 462-275. Toni's going to go into much more detail in just a second, but there's also a new happy hour on the show. So this is this price only for this show. Just the most elegant frame, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Big A5 stamp. Should be $18.99 for this 6 p.m. show. $8.99. That is it. It works beautifully if you want to stamp this maybe onto your envelopes or onto your card blanks down here, but in its own right, 977-340. Now, there's tons coming up in just a second. If you want to get groovy and all things a bit disco, that's back in stock on the show. The tooling, of which if you look in the background of Toni in just a second, you'll see lots of boxes and frames and envelopes are made with those. But the item number for your one-day special. Peter, did I hear what I just thought I heard? 20% of the stock already gone. 20%. 462-275. Right, you've heard plenty from me. Get on the website, of course. We'll go through it live, but right now is the time to check out your baskets nice and early. Toni Darroch, the creator of Stamps by Me and Create a Card Kit. Toni, talk us through what are we getting home? What can we do? She's disco dancing. The moves never get better.
I'm ready to get into the groove, me, this evening, Dan. I'm so excited about this show because the first Create a Card Kit that we did sold out pretty much before the end of the first show, and this is no different, really. It's just a whole new collection of imagery, a pop of colour as well. So you're going to get lots of things that are going to enable you as a beginner, as an advanced, as a mixed media person, if you want to, be creative from opening one single ribbon. Let me talk you through it really, really quickly, because I have put some super deals in this live hour for you all, some eye-watering deals. And I said on my live last night, you need to tune into the show because some of the deals, they're brilliant. So let's have a look at the kit. So the kit has everything you need to make 18 complete cards, but it also goes above and beyond because it has items in there that will see you through the history of your craft. So we have stamps, it has ink pads, and it has embellishments that are going to embellish even more. So let's show you how it comes. Now, yeah, ugly, we know. You know, Dan, I'm the first to talk about anything that's ugly, and brown boxes are ugly. However, these are your delivery boxes, guys. So I know when you get them home, it's going to come in pristine condition. So let me show you how it comes, okay? So look at this. I've made sure it's a wonderful experience for you all, and let's not talk about a box because everybody says Toni loves a box. I do. I do love a good box. So you take it out of the box quite simply. I'll just pop that on the floor. It's wrapped in tissue paper, so this is a great gift to start with. I haven't even opened this one, and out pops the wonderful kit. Now, it comes in this semi-transparent frosted case here, which can be utilised as storage. So if you're giving it as a gift, as is, unopened, you can write the name to and from on the side here and do it as a giftable for any beginner or anybody who crafts anyway. If you're keeping it for yourself, you can take this tag off here, pop it into the side here. Then when you've got them all stacked on your shelf, you can see which collection it actually is, okay? So here, just turn it around here. And then on the top, you have the ribbon closure, which I said to you last time, Dan, don't touch the ribbon. Nobody touch the ribbon. It's just too nice. So when you open it up, okay, everything can be used, everything from start A to Z can be used, okay? But if you're using all of the components, or maybe you're making 18 complete cards, you're popping them back in the box, you're resealing that beautiful ribbon, and you're doing it as a gift. What a wonderful gift for somebody who doesn't make cards, to have cards at hand for their loved ones too. So let's have a look what you get inside. Let's just move this to one side here. So over 150 elements, as Dan has told you all already. So let's just move this to one side. Now, when you get kits, normally the quality is sometimes inferior. You're not going to get that with this, guys. If anything, you're going to tell me the quality was incredible. Okay, so let me show you when I say incredible. So first of all, you get... Oops, this is stuck to... Let me just take that out. There we go. So first of all, you get your envelopes. 18 envelopes, okay? Guess what? You can't see through them. They are thick. They don't warp. When we add a little bit of colour, you have your 18 envelopes, okay? Ready to go. You have your 18 card blanks. Let me just move all of this over very quickly. Look at these. Now, these are 300 GSM, uncoated, so you can stamp onto them, heat emboss onto them. They have the lovely touch on the back, handmade with love, as with our other designs. And let's have a look at some of the designs in here. So you get 3 of each. And the tones go from pinks to golds to greens. We have some solids as well, which I call the breakers in there. And then some pink undertones on here, some plain pinks. Then you have ones that you can colour if you want to yourself. So that's your card blanks. Now, you're never going to have 2 cards the same. You're going to get this out on your table and you're just going to have fun building. So that's your card blank. So now we need some card toppers, right? So here's our toppers. So you can see instantly the different types of toppers. You get 3 of each. They're the same card weight too, guys. So the theme runs through gold, and then you have your pinks with the frames. Then we have some green ones. Then we have some frames with the diamond design on there. And then we have some of the larger ones on there. So you can see instantly, if I pick a card and I pick a topper, you can see we have an instant card, okay? So that's your toppers. I'm going to be blown away with all this, honestly. Then you get, let's go with next, you get the A6 stamp set. So even though you've used your 18 cards, you've made your 18 cards, you have a stamp set in here that have some wonderful words. So very thankful, incredibly grateful, unbelievably blessed. Thanks for helping me grow. Be the reason someone smiles today. Wishing you a little extra happiness just because you are you, and made with love. So you get your A6 stamp set. You also get your ink pad as well. You also get 2 sheets of foam pads to build also. Let me just move this out of the way. We also get a set of rub-ons, so if you want to decorate the envelope and create envelopes that coordinate beautifully, you can totally do that. And they are unshiny and a matte finish, so they look like they're printed onto the envelope. Then you get your tags and toppers, which I've been using for my stamp detail, so sentiments and things like that. And then you get your embellishment pack. Now, this is where it all comes together beautifully. The artwork in this particular collection is really, really beautiful. So let me just show you the wonderful artwork in here. And again, lovely heavyweight, uncoated. So if you want to add your sparkle pens, heat emboss details, stamp onto them, you can do that. So let's have a look at some of the ephemera in here. Absolutely wonderful. They actually look like they've got water in the jar. So let's just move these over. Different formations of magnolias in pinks and lilacs. Some white magnolias too. You get a ton of each as well, so you do not have to worry about how many can I use. You can create 18 packed cards, or you can be a little bit more cheeky. You save some of the designs, bring in some of your own card stock and build them up if you want to. Then we have watering cans in here. Then we have different formations of the jars with the more vintage tones on here too. We have the fillers, which are your leaves. The birds. I'm trying to fly through this quickly because I know it's just not going to hang around. The large magnolia, the large pink magnolias too. They look like they are actually 3D. And having that uncoated finish on there is going to really enable you to add a touch of watercolour. So keeping it true to Stamps by Me, you can absolutely build on this system if you want to. So just a very quick recap, Dan. all of your embellishments, your tags and your toppers, your rub-ons, your stamp, your foam pads, your ink pad, your toppers, your card blanks, your envelopes, and then not forgetting the storage system. That is that complete package, which is going to enable you to either gift or utilise as storage. So whether that just be handmade cards you've got from other brands as well, you can utilise it and have it nice and have everything in formation together.
Wow, Toni, there's an awful lot there, isn't there? And again, if you want to get an idea of a couple of finished samples of exactly what, and we'll do a live demonstration later in the show, on our bottom row here, there are some beautiful tags, some beautiful tag elements on cards, some rub-ons on envelopes, some MDF elements, even some extra embossing folders, of which might just be on the show as well. If you choose to, you haven't got to add these elements in. Right. It was about, that talk through there was about 10 minutes from Toni, if even that. Another 10% of the stock's gone before Toni even showed you what you were getting home. 30% of the entire stock sold out. 31.49 in the club. You can see why the previous incarnation, different colourways, different content, obviously, a different theme, sold out super quick before the end of the one-day special. This is already going that way. 462-275, and you can still got flex, so you can still divide the cost by 2 if you wish. Right, we've got lots more on the show before live demonstrations, one of which is this. Let's quickly remind you of your happy hour. A really pretty big stamp, of which you were spying there. Some of the framework, you can absolutely use this to stamp onto your card blank sizes if you chose to. You haven't got to, obviously, but you could do. It could be heat embossing. I think particularly this one would look really lovely having you know, stamped onto there if you want to, or even that gold collection too, if you chose to. But nevertheless, completely up to you. It is $8.99 in the club. 977-340 your item number. So bravo, everybody. Rightio. Now, Toni, let's bring you in here because we've got a Step to the Groove collection, which is incredibly cool. I know it's like a new price point for tonight's show, but Toni, I love the variety of tooling in here between dies, stamps, your layering stencils as well. This is what inspired your dance moves, right?
I'm not as good as that actual boogie nights, you know, Dan, but I will have a go. I do like to have fun with a little bit of music, you know. This particular collection, I'm going to go through it very, very quickly with you now, Dan, just to show you that for £30, what you are getting for your money is incredible. And I say this because a lot of the collections that we're bringing you now, it's really difficult to see and appreciate the sheer amount of volume of product you're getting in here that is going to give longevity in your craft. These are not consumables. These are things that are going to keep on giving and giving and giving and cross-pollinate with all of the other brands that we buy and use. So very quickly, for $29.96, yes, I'm not even going to say it again. You're going to get this lovely stencil
50p
here.
off half price, Toni.
I know. What is going on? I told you we had some deals. So we have the lovely dance floor. So stencil work, brilliant. Now, you're probably looking at this thinking, what on earth is that, Toni? Now, this is a layering stencil system that gives you the most amazing 3D bauble. Let me just very quickly show you. So you have the layering stencil. So in this pack is not one stencil. There are 5, okay? Let's just show you. So when you do 1, on 2, 3. Look at this. When you add the stencil, you actually get the bauble, which you find, the glitz and glam, in your ballrooms and dance rooms. And then this is that one that I was just going through, the first one with the floor and the race. So you really can see it coming together. Okay, so let me just move these out the side very quickly. So you get both of those. You then get the layered boots. So you get the wedge boots as well. Let me show you, because it's super cool. So you get a lovely formation of different types of boots with these layering stencils. Let me look at these. These take you back to your era, Dan, because you're old.
Oh, God.
So here we go. So here we go. You can do leopard print. You can do floral. So the interchanging pattern on the layering stencil system on this one, you can do stars, flowers, leopard print. You can even do like a flash sign on the boot. You can even do like a wobbly one if you want to. The interchange and intermix. There's also a butterfly one on there. So just in those stencils, you have more than your money already, because there's over 11 stencils just there. So that's that. Just keeps on giving. I do draw breath, I promise. And then Above and beyond that, you get your dies to go around the boots. So you have a nice matte and layer if you want to. You can do different coloured boots and styles with mats and layers underneath. You can just use the single portion if you want to. Those papers are coming up in a second. But you can really go to town and build your unique cards. Then we have some 80s florals vibe, which is wonderful. Again, interchanging as well. And these make beautiful flowers just standalone. So, you know, if you just want to do a card with some flowers, you can. You don't have to do it with the disco theme at all. You can keep it quite simple in formation and do your own thing. Now, this is the outline to the layering step. I mean, come on. £29. Take a breath. And then you get the lovely disco ball and the stars. Guess what? You get the dies too. You also get some word dies and the word outline. I cannot stress to you the value of this. And then you get the dancey people. So this is in a nightclub back in the day. Check this one out.
There's me and you,
so
Toni.
It gives you that wonderful... Oh, yeah. Maybe in our 20s, but we're old now, Dan.
You're on the Smirnoff.
So here we go. So you can do them in black, you can do them in colours if you want to. And again, they don't have to work with a theme. They could be just a celebratory stamp if you wanted to. And build them in with the lovely stamps on there as well. And then we also have words as well, which stamp into the centres of the flowers. So these beautiful words, have fun, birthday babe, hello sunshine, you are magic, take it easy, stamp into the centre of the flowers, giving you cards that look like these types of things. So you just get it's such a cool set, Dan, that you really can be creative. We've all got the granddad, the mum, the auntie that as a drink and always gets on the dance floor, right, and thinks they're absolutely brilliant when they are their pants. We know, don't we? We've all got one of those in our family. Well, these are the types of cards that they appreciate in my world. So here we go. So there's just a few more samples just using this wonderful kit.
Love, Toni, 30% of the stock has gone. 30%, it's 50p shy of 50% saving under £30. And you've still got flexi as well. 935 313, 935 313. If you love that, there are now 2 paper pads I'd love to bring to your attention. Both have sold out previously, both back in stock on this show right now. The first, you've got Getting Groovy in just a second. But I love the disco fever kind of thing. I love the colorways in here. Are these upside down? Yeah, of course they are. No, no. There we go. For only 14, forget it. 14, 13, that's fine, don't worry about that. 14, 39 to get hold of all of those. Again, 3 of each. If you love a bit of shimmer, a bit of glitter. Oh, look at that, Toni's Conservatory. Brilliant. 629 403. Listen, there are absolutely tons and tons and tons going through there that absolutely match the previous collection. But if you got hold of it, because these did come to other matching bits and bobs as well, just on its own, 1439. That is all. 629 403. I'm going to bring Toni in just a second. We've also got the Stay Groovy, which is really cool. If you love like a more, not muted, I don't mean that, but they're not bright, are they? They're like vintage pastels. This is the most beautiful colour range there. I think they'd be absolutely divine as well to be heat embossed onto. Maybe you're thinking with these actually like the flower dies or stencils that you were just seeing in that previous collection. Cutting these out of that would be great. You can still divide them by 2 on Flexi if you'd rather, but for pattern lovers, same price as the previous. Everyone's saving over 20% off. If you'd like to stay groovy with Toni, it is 390137. Right, Toni, I'm going to bring you back in here because then we've got our lamination stamp side of things, which is something really unique to yourself where you can, let me bring this in. You can use lots of elements in here, can't you? Or just one element, but it's really clever, the design you are creating. Toni, let me ask you. Toni, pay attention. Toni. I saw you off moving around, dancing about, getting your steps up.
I was getting you some samples.
Oh, are you okay?
Give me a break. Give me a break. Come on, come on.
You can imagine
yes,
lots of
lamination.
Back in the day when me and Toni used to go dancing down the dance halls of Wakefield. Is that where you are? Wakefield, I remember. Absolutely. She'd send me off for drinks, and if it didn't come back with shots, she'd get like this.
Oh, right, okay. It's not bad for a girl that doesn't drink.
I know.
So,
carry on.
So lamination. guys, is that two-part system that gives you that instant artist look. Now, we had this only about 4 weeks ago. It sold out. In fact, we actually oversold, and some of you actually had your orders cancelled, so I do apologise for that, but it's back. So if that happened to you, it's back today, and you're going to be able to get it. So basically, the solid portion of the stamp, which is this part here,
thank you.
with the colour, you spray with water, then you add the detail, and you end up with cards that can be as bright and vibrant as this, or as muted and as simple in design as this. It really does look like you've picked up that brush and painted a unique floral. If I get an opportunity, I will showcase this one because the samples are still somewhere with Create and Craft, so I will show you how this works. But if you do know our lamination well, this is no different. Two parts together make you look brilliant.
347-871 to get hold of yours. So, of course, maybe later on you'll see it stamped out, but right now you can still get hold of it. Okay, we've got a trio of sentiments, embossing folders coming up next, with then just the most beautiful 8x8 pad, the Magical Elegance. Tony, I know there's various other Magical Elegances in the range, like a 12x12 pad, etc. But to get all three of these, I hope you can see them okay. That's why I brought this over. I know it's not quite a black piece of card, but can you see the embossed detail there? How beautiful would that look with the Get Groovy? How beautiful would that look, of course, with the Create a Card Magnolia set? You can spy over here as well. That sort of like almost Baroque design, and the one on the other side are balloons. But Tony, oh, thank you, mate. Tony, just to bring this in here to show you that middle one again on black cardstock. The fact that you've married it up with this paper pad, the effects you get in the background paper pad is really inspiring. I guess that's part of the reason for putting these all together, right?
Dan, this is an absolute steal. If you've not got anything in your basket, go and check out on this particular one. The paper pad itself is £15. Okay, so for the extra £4, you are getting 3 £10 embossing folders to the value of £30. So if you have crafters who maybe you are buying for birthdays, Secret Santas, even if you have 2 of the designs, you already have 2 and you haven't got the other one, you are still saving pennies on your craft. So you get that complete 8x8 paper pad, which is uncoated, as always, with Stamps by Me, and you can do all of the cool things. And it's of a heavy weight as well, so when you do pop it in that embossing folder, run it through that machine, it doesn't crack or distort or anything like that. It's good quality. It carries a little bit of water. And as you can see from those designs on there, we have some of our cool all surfaces designs, which is that faux look that make you look like you've got sparkle and hammered metal. And it's actually not. It's an illusion on the eye. It's just better for the environment because there is no plastic used to create that look.
Yeah.
You can absolutely get this, and I mean, it's just amazing. Just that price. I put these prices together. I cannot blame anyone else. It's totally my call. So we only have so many. We don't have an infinite amount, so just get the deals today.
Off we go, 1979 in the club, 282907. Not forgetting, you can see on the bottom of the screen, that QR code is in play, by the way. Of course, you can find the details via our website as well, at the top banner of our Refer a Friend programme, meaning if you've got a brand new, not a brand new friend, you might have known them for ages, but if they've never shopped with us before, purely by doing that code, you can then send them a 30% off voucher, and in return, you get 30% off your next purchase as well. Maybe it's going to be this, a previous one-day special, matching the previous one-day special price, a trio. This was a birthday special. Tony's brought it back for this show as well. The score tool, score and cut tool, the envelope and box tool, and the die pick as well. Exceptional, exceptional. The versatility that you can do with this, 269645, 269645. And Tony, I alluded to this at the very, very start of the show. Behind you on the set, I know, all of those boxes and envelopes scored beautifully. You haven't even got to get glue in when you're making your envelopes and boxes. It's such a clever system.
Dan, when I tell you that when we launched this, it absolutely flew, and it flew on pre-launch too, so I've added it to every single one of my shows because I truly believe that everybody needs this simple envelope and box maker and the scoreboard and trimmer built into one. It is such a cool thing to have in your stash, and we need workhorses in our stash. And these are going to be those one items that you have on your desk. You're not swapping out a scoreboard for a cutter. It's built in. You're not bringing in an envelope board that doesn't make boxes. It's built in. You get all of the tools. You get a pokey tool and a die cutter cleaner. Again, eye-watering savings as well. So if you are a brand new crafter, these are the tools that you need in your stash to see you through. But if in the past you have had an envelope maker and it's been complicated, this has been slightly simplified so you can make them quick and easy. And I was saying, on Saturday, Dan, we had a show in Port Sunlight. The lovely Leonie was there as well.
Yeah.
And we were demoing this board and tons of crafters came to me and said, I bought this from Create and Craft. Will you just do me a quick demo? I said, I'm not demoing you it. My friend also was there, Adele, and she was like, you can sit in this chair and do it yourself. And the customers were just sat there. Mate, honestly, you should have seen the envelopes and boxes left by the end of the day. I've got a ton. So monthly mega deal here all month.
Well, while the stock remains, as you say, 269,645. You could use your 30% off voucher for this, making it just over £40. Bearing in mind, it's on 3 flexi pays. That makes the Creator Card Magnolia kit, to my memory, £10.50. If it's going in the same basket as this, because this is on 3 flexi pays. This is 2010. That is £10.50 if that's what you're doing. This show primarily is about that Creator Card, and we'll be coming back to it absolutely. But yeah, as Tony mentions, cannot not let you know that the stock is available at the monthly mega deal price, 269,645. Bravo, everybody getting hold of your baskets. 3 more items, and I assure you we're straight back to live demonstrations. And Tony, again, you've doubled up on our spot brushes, which I guess are ideal for all of your layering stencils.
Yes, absolutely, Dan. So I just need to tell you all something about these guys. These are probably going to be the last time that we bring these brushes to you because, unfortunately, they have tripled in price. Oh. So to bring them to you just for 3 is going to be £20 plus just for 3. So I'm now looking at some alternative brushes for you all. So if you do love these particular brushes, this is probably the last opportunity you're going to get them because this is only the stock we have left. When I went to reorder more, they told me that the price had nearly tripled. I nearly had a apoplexy. I'm like, no, I'm not spending that. I'll find something else. Thank you very much. So get these ahead of time. As you all know, you all love them. I will use exactly the same hair as I've used in these in our new brushes as well. So these are the spot brushes, brilliant short focused hair, which give you blendability straight away. So if you like your bigger areas, this is my recommendation. If you like your bigger areas where you have large stencils, always use your Funky Fossil blending brushes. But our spot brushes are brilliant for our stencils that come with Quatre D, that are brilliant for this Boogie collection as well. For those more focused areas where you need to get colour in all of those intricate details, it's a short, fine hair on the end, no bounce, no give. They come in a stick formation. They are really aesthetically beautiful on the eye. Anyway, who wouldn't want these in their stash just because they look beautiful? But equally, just pop a sticker on the end with the colour that you love, and then you're good to go.
I don't know whether you mentioned that announcement about the stock and the price-wise on one of your lives, because already half the stock has gone. So clearly you know what you're shopping for, and you're getting double. You're getting 6 for £17.99, 564839. So once they go, that is it. I'm really intrigued by this next item, Tony, because of course you love to bring in other brands and things and to use them alongside your cards or your stamps, etc. But a quick heads up, Dotty Designs are on the show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of their best-selling frame card dies for better than half price. Tony, that's crazy value for money.
I know. So these are just brilliant if you love a shaped card. Run them through the die cutting machine on some white or black card and you have a card blank with a beautiful embellished side, top, corner, shaped card. It even has the score line down the centre as well. And you get all 8. I have all 8 here now just to show you. If you look closely, you can see the card detail in here. So, I mean, again, an absolutely fantastic deal, and this is all we've got left of this remaining stock as well. I do try and send you some amazing deals because I appreciate people love a bargain. So we have your square sort of scallop, the detailed edge. Look at this one with the beautiful lace edge on there. Then you have this one with the sort of pinecone cluster. Well, it's not actually a pinecone, it's a flower, but it's got lots of cluster in there as well. Then your straight edge, even the back matches the front. That's attention to detail. Then we have a smaller format, brilliant for wedding invites, party invites. We have a cascade of butterflies here, and the butterfly detail is transformed to the back page as well, so it coordinates through from the front to the back, and then a lovely cluster of flowers here. You get all 8, and let me show you the size just on my glass mat very quickly. So this particular, you won't go through an A5 die cutting machine So don't buy them if you only have an A5. You need an A4, okay? So I don't want you to get them and get upset because you thought they were a little bit smaller. So this one is 10.5 tall by just over 5 wide, okay? So big card blanks. They don't make tiny little pretty party things, Dan. They make the big cards that all you need to do is decorate with papers and stamps. They're really, really pretty.
I can't get over that price. All 8 dies, which are their best-selling designs in here, saving £70. Saving £70, you can take that saving and buy the monthly mega deal of all 3 tools and still have a tenner left over. As you can imagine, it's while stocks last with this, £49.49. You've still got Flexi if you want to, but that is, wow. Tony clearly knows some people in some high places to secure that price point. 544098. By the way, we're now moving on to a trio of embossing folders. You won't be surprised to hear the spot brushes are now limited stock. These 3, and Tony mentioned weddings. Tony mentioned balls or black tie events. These 3 together are absolutely beautiful. You've got the bride or the bridesmaid, or maybe she's in her ball gown. That beautiful bouquet in the middle, which hasn't got to have anything to do with weddings, I understand that. If you just love a bouquet. And then you've got the gent side of things as well. Very dapper. Maybe it's a best man, maybe it's a suit, maybe it's, you know, some sort of black tie occasion, or bring these elements together. Absolutely beautiful. And Tony, as we can see here, for example, the size of the cards we're creating in our Magnolia kit, this is an excellent addition to that.
Absolutely is, Dan. And thank you so much, Helen, for making those samples for this evening's show. It hasn't gone unnoticed. She's used everything in the show. She is just completely wonderful. So you get 3 embossing folders in here, and these are our HD 3D embossing folders. What does that mean to you at home? It means you get the 3D dimension, but on both sides. So the deboss and the emboss, okay? I mean, you're getting quite a good saving on this one as well. So let me just show you very quickly. I have some of the Jasper. So you will have probably never seen an embossing folder that does a person. Never, never, never. We've done tons of florals, decorative backgrounds. These were really unique. If you're wanting something a little bit different on your card making, so this is the emboss, this is the deboss. Can we see? Look here. If I tilt this forward, you can see that lovely detail on there. So just use them here on the pink. Just tilt him forward there. Absolutely wow factor cards. Then you get your floral, and you also get Adelaide, which is the girl on her own too. Super, super simple, guys. Through your machine. Voila.
I think it's great. Tony, you mentioned it perfectly about being able to like preview and tease what's coming up in this show. Sometimes, like obviously the main collection, the one-day special, that's the first item going in your basket. This show, I completely get if it's this trio, they're on the screen right now, nearly 50% off. Of course, the Dotty Designs, saving £70 off there. You've got the half-price Groovy collection as well. You've got the tools on 3 flexi pays. There's an awful lot to choose from on the website, creatingcraft.com. That's where you can go to put it all in one transaction. Hey, listen, if you're a Freedom member, don't worry about it. Free P&P for every single checkout. But if you're not a Freedom member, you've still got Cat P&P. I'd love you to put it in one transaction. There's plenty more that I know will come into other shows as well. For example, the Ditzy Floors and Forever Always from Amala. That's saved for a previous show. Next show, you can get hold of it right now. But this is your one-day special, the latest, the brand new launch of the Creating Card Kit Magnolia Edition. 40% of the stock has sold out. Just doing that preview of the rest of the show, another 10% has gone. Every single physical element you are seeing on the top 2 rows, you are getting home. From the stamps to the background cards, to the toppers, to the rub-ons, to the ink, to the envelopes, to the foam pads, to the ephemera, to the card blanks. I mentioned that, didn't I already? I know. And then absolutely bringing everything all together. You don't even need to add glue. All in this beautiful presentation box for $31.49. On 2 flexi pays, of course you can do, but if it's going in the same transaction as that tool monthly mega deal, that opens up 3 flexi pays, making that £10.50. That is your first of 3 flex pays. Nevertheless, 462-275. Tony, let's focus on here. If you want a demo or go through what you get home, whatever you'd rather do. But whilst we've got stock of it with 40% gone, let's take a closer look at all things Magnolia.
Perfect. So let's just have some fun with this, guys. So when you get it home, get it all out. You can do it on a tray table if you want to. You can do it on your family and friends if you want to. You could build the cards, pop them back in the box and do it as a gift. That's what makes me very happy. And these actually came about, Dan, from me listening to you all, because I do listen, good or bad, from ladies who said that they just wanted kits. They were getting overwhelmed with their stamps and dies, and sometimes just for a little bit of mindfulness, it is nice to push a little bit of paper around but still end up with beautiful cards. So let's have some fun here. So I have my card blanks. These are what I've got left from all of my demos. This is all I've got left, and I am not cutting into that new one, not a chance.
Okay.
So, because I'm super tight. So let's get a card here. So let me just show, for instance, let's just show very quickly. So if you were to get this home like me, let's get 3 of the card blanks, just for example here. So let's do 3 at once, because we can. So I've got 3 card blanks. Let's do 3 toppers. So just to show you, this pink one, look, it works. It works. Oh, it works. Every colour absolutely works. No shock horror here, guys. Everything works beautifully. Just to show you that all of them interconnect beautifully. So let's put that one there. Let's go. You can look at me. You can see my demos, half demos. And then maybe a green one here. Shall we go green here maybe? And then pink one here. Just to show you how it all changes up beautifully. So don't forget, you get your pads, you get your stamp, your ink pad as well. I use my own ink pad. The smaller ones are a little bit ditzy for me. But if it's a beginner crafter, how wonderful. They don't have to knock on your door and say, you know that kit you bought me, can I borrow an ink pad? No, it's got an ink pad in there for you. So in there, you also get your pads. These pads here, they're big pads as well. They're not the tiny faffy ones. They're bigger than the normal, so you can build them up too. So let's make a card. Super, super simple. Let's just go with this one for now. So I'm going to raise this part here. So you put more pads on. You have enough for 20 plus cards. You do not have to be tight with any of the embellishments, any of the toppers. Just put on what's making you happy. And then you're going to have some beautiful cards. And I will show you some samples in a second. I will build one card and then I'll show you a ton of samples because they are wow. So let's just pop this on here. If you are the sort of crafter that does like kits, this is amazing. But I feel like this is great for mindfulness. I've had so much fun with these kits. I cannot tell you how I've just put the kit out and just done loads of cards at once. I'm like, normally I would have faffed with stamps, ink, stencils. I didn't do that with this particular kit. So then all I'm going to do is bring in all of the embellishments here. Look here. And then what are we going to do, guys? What should we do? How much fun is this? So I think we need a tag. So let's get a tag and we'll get a nice tag and then we'll stamp a tag. So look, it all works. We have a nice tag here. And then let's get some embellishments. What shall we do? Shall we do the birds? So you can put pads underneath. Let's turn that around a little bit. We've got our fillers, which are the leaves. So we can pad these. I always place first, Dan, and then I go back and add the detail in here. Then we've got some nice cotton flowers too as well. So you can absolutely build that whole corner. Then we'll pop a tag under there. So let's go for that first. So pad under here. Super, super simple. And then pop this under here. Pop the birds in the corner there.
But you know what? I really love the colours in the rub-ons as well. Just how well they'd work alongside these ephemera pieces too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the very fact that it's a kit that sees you completely through from A to Z, okay? So your envelope is as beautiful as your card, okay? So you're going to get a beautiful presented piece that looks just simply stunning. So you can see here, so I might twist that around a little bit. And then here, look, let's just get one of these tags. And then we have our stamp set. Now, our stamp set is going to see us through, isn't it, forever? Where's mine? I really don't want to open another one. So let's just get one of these lovely stamp sets here. And let's have a look on our... I use this, again, the tags can be utilised for your gifts as well. So you have your card, your envelope, and your gift with the coordinating tag. How cool is that? So let's have a look where I'm going to pop it first. I think I'm just going to tuck it in there like so. So let's go with congratulations. So I'm just going to take congratulations. I'm just going to do it on my little acrylic block here for speed rather than get my massive Eureka out here. And then I'm just going to ink it up. Now be careful with these ones. They do have an edge on the stamp, so just rub away any of the edges. And then let's just get our lovely tag here. stamp congratulations down here, like so. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop some glue under here. We'll tuck this in and under there, like so. And then I would probably add some sparkle of something, but that's the card. Now let's do our envelope to match. So I have an envelope here that has one on the front. It's actually got one on the back as well, but look how beautiful this is. So the bird matches, but let me show you how the rub-ons work because they're super easy too. So I have pre-cut one of the rub-ons. I'm just going to cut another one now because it's done a little walkabout. So all you do is you select the rub-on that you want. So let's just go with this one. And you take the front off. It comes off like onto a transparent type style sheet here, okay? So I'll just pop it in this corner. And you pop it down, and then you just need something to burnish it with. So I have this sort of like scraper tool here, but you could use a bone folder, whatever you've got in your stash. I'm just going to go with this, for instance. Let's use the other end. And then you sort of like just burnish it down, just give it a good old scratch over. And the cool thing about these is when you come to peel them off, if it hasn't all transferred, you just lay it back down and continue to scrape. Rub-ons have done a massive research recently, particularly with Sarah from Funky Fossil, because she's like the queen at rub-ons at the moment. They've done a huge research, so I think it's wonderful to be able to decorate your project from start to finish. So let's just have a look here. So when you pull it away, hopefully it's transferred. And if you pull it away and it's still on the plastic, just pop it back down. It has, and it's transferred beautifully. There we go. And then once I've done it like so, I just like to take my finger and just secure it a little bit. And I'll just show you at the front here, if that's okay, the lovely, lovely detail of how it transfers. And it looks like it's been printed onto that envelope. You would never know that that is an actual rub-on. So how wonderful to have this envelope and the coordinating card all together. Oh, wow. And you can make 18 of these without any fuss, any worry about, have I got enough embellishments? Have I got enough foam pads? Have I got enough envelopes? You have enough to make 18 beautiful cards and above and beyond. So all of the rest of the embellishments that you have left, your stamps, your ink pads, your foam pads, your toppers, just get some more card blank from your stash and extend the journey with what you already have.
Divine. Thank you, Toni. So I'm going to give you 3 item numbers now, and then we'll give you even more inspiration from Toni. Your one-day specials, you heard over 40% of the stock has gone. 462-275. 462-275. Now then, I wouldn't be doing my job probably didn't let you know what are in danger of selling out earlier rather than later. The most popular baskets this show, and it's really random because we've also got to get groovy stuff as well. Dotty Designs, what a turn up for the books this is. £70 off by purely being a club member. 8 of the large frames for you. Get all 8. You've got lacy designs. You've got beautiful card blank scalloped edges. You've also got some Christmas-esque ones as well. Peter, what was that? You seen it once. 40% of this stock has sold out. The scoreline's already in the middle. You get all 8. That better than half price is for everybody. Club members, $49.49. 544-098. Obviously, when the other 40, 50, 60% of that stock goes, then that is it. But 40% of that has gone already. The third item that I promised to show you is this, which are those beautiful, the happy couple. Maybe they're individuals, maybe it's 2 girls, maybe it's 2 guys. But these are those 3 HD embossing folders, meaning the D-boss is as striking as the emboss, meaning you can reverse the ladies or the gents around. Beautiful, beautiful colours that you could be adding in with your bouquet. And there is your gentleman as well for under £20. It's basically like getting one of them for free, isn't it? 19 at 79. 954-216. Right. That's a lot of information coming your way. Here's a quick chance to check out your baskets on everything. This is a really brilliant bit of footage we've got for you now. Tony's recorded it for us. It's Toni using the Create a Card Magnolia. It's all sped up, because obviously then to fit in a demonstration much of tighter time. Use this time to check out your baskets. You're in luck. It doesn't have me talking over it or another presenter at all. It's just you and Toni enjoying the demonstrations here. Here's your chance to check out your baskets. There you go, your one-day special. That's pretty groovy music, wasn't it? Speaking of which, Step to the Groove. It's another collection that I think you're going to absolutely adore. Don't shake your head, Harry. Right, Step to the Groove. 10 stencils, 7 stamps, 14 dies. Check out the price point, particularly when the club price comes up. What are we, 50% shy of half price? 40% of the stock has gone. I know it's quite hard to see, particularly with the layering stencils and things. Tony, I know you've got examples and finished bits and bobs to show us what we're getting home. Can we take a close look as well? But being back in stock with 40% of the stock has gone. 935313. Tony, let's take a closer look if we can.
Don't tell me off, Dan. Don't tell me off. I was grabbing more samples
sure,
there. He
I
caught
wasn't.
me. I saw his eyeballs on me.
I daren't.
So I was just grabbing some other samples that I'd made personally for my demos, but we're running out of time. So I just wanted to very quickly just show you some of the elements that I had pre-made. So here are some of those wonderful, I love these flowers. They interchange beautifully. I've added some sparkle on there as well. Now, the lovely Helen is with you tomorrow as well, and I feel like if there's any of this left, she will have some incredible demos for you as well. But here is the word Let's Boogie as well. So let me just show you a handful of samples and a quick overview of the kit, because it's an incredible kit for the money. You will never find this amount of product for that amount of money. Never, never, never. Well, I can never say never, but I'm saying never today. So let me just talk you through it very quickly. So you get your large background stencil. If you don't have the papers in your stash, those papers are wonderful too, but you do not need them if you're just getting this kit. But if you do like some of the samples and some of the disco effects, then make sure you grab those papers too. So here we have the layering stencil ball. So that's that stencil system I showed you. So 5 stencils in here, layering stencils, you line them up with the hearts. The background. Then you get the layering stencil boots, where you can add the hearts, the butterflies, the leopard print in there as well. Then you get the people, which is just totally awesome. Then you get the boots and the outline around the word. Then you get the lovely flower dies as well, with that detail in the centre. Then you get the bauble, sort of ballroom ball there with the stamp and the dies and the words and the outline. And you get the centres to the words as well, which go inside. This would make a wonderful Christmas gift. This would look like you have spent a lot of money on somebody's gift. Let me just show you a few samples, and then I'm going to show you some Magnolia samples as well, because I haven't even showed you any of them, and I've got a ton in studio. So let me just show you the samples for this particular one. So here we go, very quickly. So there's that layering system bauble. This one's got the boots with the flowers. Let's Boogie. It's all there for you. You don't have to worry about what words work with it. It all works together. Then we have the silhouette of the guy and the girl in there, which is totally cool. This is using the flowers. Build them in with your stencils and the already bought stash. Then here's that Disco Fever paper in the background as well. So if you do want to incorporate that, look at these. You will all have papers in your stash like this. Get your dies out. Do what I do. Let me just show you what I do. Look what I do here, guys. I pre-cut tons and I pop them in my little wallet. And then if I ever want to make a card, I've got quick access and I can make cute cards. Here's the word love here with those papers. This one's a cool one with those Disco Fever papers in the background here. A little bit of a white highlight onto a scalloped circle in the background there. The boots, more of the wonderful papers. The ball again there. And then built in the girl with the flower, Let's Boogie. Now, if you did a lamination girl with that flower, it wouldn't look out of place. It's all been built to work alongside the other items in your stash. The only niche thing is the disco ball type style thing, but we all have an embarrassing dancer in our family that needs to get a card with a disco ball on, right? So that is your lovely boogie collection.
Toni, are you the embarrassing dancer in your family? I mean, I'm sure you're not.
No, I'm good at dancing.
Yep, I've seen your TikTok. I've seen it.
All of us, me, Tim and Tom are all cool dancers, Dan.
That's correct. I'm still waiting for my, what's it called? Not Lindy Hop. What are you going to teach me how to dance?
What was that step?
What was that step that your Tom does?
He does everything, Dan. I'm not sure.
I know he does. I can't remember. Listen, I should have thought of this before we came live. I can't remember what it is. But nevertheless, there's a really cool TikTok of Tom doing like a cool step. I shouldn't be talking about it. Nevertheless, 935-313 to get hold of everything there. Listen, let's get back to the one-day special, because goodness me, it's absolutely flying. Last time it didn't even get to the last show. Tomorrow's shows had to be cancelled and something else came in there because it sold out early and all the stock is there. Half the stock has gone. 6 minutes left on the show, half the stock has gone. The first show, Tony's back tonight at 9, tomorrow with Kirkham after all, 10 and 2. Half the stock has gone, which is wonderful news. It means that you guys are getting first bite. That's what the launch shows are all about. Tony, you mentioned you had more samples to show us. We've got time, let's go through them.
I did, Dan, and these are just to showcase how you can stretch those supplies and use them for more than just your card making. So if you do want to make those 18 cards but still have a ton of stuff left, look at these creative things that you can make with tags and the toppers and things like that. You could make cute albums and use the embellishments to see your sort of journey through there as well. Now, I am back tonight at 9 o'clock and you have all of my stock. I know I say it, and I am truthful when it comes to stock levels and things like that. When I say you have it all, you totally have it all. We never find any under a counter for Stamps by Me. When I say you've got it all, you really have got it all. So let me just show you, if you build it in with the rest of your Stamps by Me stash or anybody else's stash, it works, okay? You do not have to do the 3D embellishments if you don't want to. You don't have to raise it all. Build it in with your heart dies. Look at these, how beautiful these are. So to have those pre-cut, pre-built ephemera, along with the coordinating tags, toppers and embellishments, really, really is going to give your cards that wow factor feel. Now, if you're not this type of card maker, which I wasn't, I feel like this has sort of like brought it up to the 21st century, Dan, because back in the day, decoupage, wasn't it? It was old-fashioned, it was very intricate, a bit of a bane trying to get everything in place and in line. We've totally flipped it on its bottom, modernized it for you. It's still got that thread of Stamps by Me running through it, that watercolour feel, but yet you can create the most angelic, dreamy type style cards that have that ethereal watercolour feel on there. Oh, this is very similar to the card that I just made, actually, but a different background. So you don't have to be tight. Build up the system, build them up as much as you want, add the embellishments. You can see those tags and toppers have been used for the background there. Stamp direct if you want to, but look at the detail and the 3D just in this bottom right corner here. But then again, you've got your dies. So if you do want to get your dies out, put an aperture in, put a little window in there, use your rub-ons as well, and build the system as you go. You're not going to be disappointed with this. I think they work out about £1.30 a card. Now, if you are selling your cards with coordinating envelopes, with the rub-ons as well, it's an absolute steal, isn't it? So you don't have to be tight with anything in this pre-built storage system. And not forgetting that you do get that storage system as well. And if you like things to look pretty, you like your products organised, this is doing it for you without you even thinking about it. Pop it on your shelf, pop that tag down the side. You'll have instant access to what you know you need immediately.
You know what, Tony, I'm so pleased you've done it as well. Like, it takes a lot of effort, as you can probably imagine, to bring all of these elements together that coordinate together as well. Last time it sold out early, already half the stock has sold out. And if you do, we touched on the start, if you do have other inks and other dyes, maybe you're going to use the dyes from Dotty Designs that are on this show right now. Absolutely, Tony encourages you, bring them in, use them alongside here. But you don't have to have these elements. You don't even have to have an ink pad. You've got ink. You don't even have glue. You've got foam pads. So if you want to fussy cut out more of your ephemera piece and really get in there and layer up that way, you can do. Of course, you can make the number that Tony just mentioned, but it goes even further than that, because maybe you're going to save your rub-ons for another project. Maybe you're going to cut the card blanks in half and make them other card blanks with them, for example, to bring in your other embossing folds if you want to. So you can go really, really far, make and sell with them all, or just enjoy what you've got home. 462-275, 462-275, the brand new Magnolia collection. Tony, we've only got about 2 minutes left on the show. I don't know whether you'll get a chance to demo it tonight. Maybe Helen will tomorrow. But the tool set we have on the show, as you mentioned at Port Sunlight, having such a difference to make. Obviously, maybe it's the finishing touches for these cards, right? The box, the envelope, whatever you're doing, maybe to make and sell. All of them are super, super helpful. The scoring cut tool, the envelope and box tool, and the die pick also. And these sort of tools, Tony, will last you forever. Look after them, last you forever. And you can see here with Tony now what you can be creating.
So these tools, Dan, you've probably seen things like this already on the market. You've probably got them in the stash, but they're complicated. All we've done with these tools is simplified the measurements and helped you out to make more appropriate sized fitting cards and envelopes for your stash. So you can see there, you can do right down from the mini Ferrero Rocher type style box, right up to the 4x4 cube, which is brilliant for ties. It could have a bath bomb set in there. It could have anything you want to, but all of those 12 by 12 papers that we all sit and look at and stroke and never use need to be used. And I'll tell you, with the envelope, you need 4 score lines. All of the punches are built into the board. You need to come back tonight at 9 o'clock because I'll show you how simple this system is, because it is the monthly mega deal. It's selling so, so well, and I am very, very grateful. But if you are off put by tools thinking measurements and tools don't work for me, they didn't work for me. That's why I've put this collection together for you. It's simplified, it's easy. Guess what? It's going to make you use your papers that you all complain about buying and loving and never using.
Toni, thank you ever so much for your passion and bringing all these prices, and we'll see you at 9 p.m. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dan. Bye.
It's Northern Soul I was thinking of, Northern Soul moves. Nevertheless, Radio 269 645. Right, you've got 3